Welcome back to the podcast. So, this episode, we will be talking about four things I wished I had learned when I was younger. So, I hope you enjoy this episode and it brings you value. So, here are the four things I wish I learned when I was younger. So, number one, it's okay to be nice but not naive. Number two, pain is a good motivator and teacher. Number three, there is no such thing as a free lunch. Number four, it's okay to walk away. So, number one, it's okay to be nice, but not naive. We live in a society that teaches us to be nice or polite to people. And if we are not, we are punished for it. I carried this teaching with me as I got older. But after many disappointments, I started questioning why I was being nice in the first place. I realized I was blindly following a childhood belief without questioning it. It's okay to be nice, but my mistake was being too trusting and taking things at face value. Being nice and compassionate is good, but be cautious and aware of potential risks. Situations to look out for, such as being too helpful or available to people, can lead you to being taken for granted or not even respected. Forgiving someone who wronged you does not require trusting or keeping them in your life. Cut off or distance yourself from people who do not contribute to your growth or peace. Trust actions, not words. If someone's actions show how they perceive you, believe them. Learn to say no and set boundaries while still being kind. Learn to analyze the situation at hand, but not tend to overthink it. There are nice people with good intentions in the world, but more often than not, it's better to enter a situation with a sense of idea than not at all. Number two, pain is a good motivator and teacher. So in the past, I used to avoid pain at all costs. But now I realize that the most pivotal moments in my life were the ones where I was going through pain. When I make a mistake and feel pain, it motivates me to take action and find answers. Through this process, I learned more about myself, my limits, and my capabilities. Pain also inspires my creativity, and many episodes of my podcast are based on past or current experiences of discomfort. I now see pain as a tool for growth, and I always ask myself, what can I learn from this experience to better equip myself in the future? This shift in perspective has allowed me to benefit from pain in ways I never thought possible. Instead of using pain as an excuse, I use it to be more productive and steer my life towards self improvement. So, number three, there is no such thing as free lunch. The culture and community I grew up in instilled in me the value of giving with a joyful heart and not expecting anything in return. Until recently, I mistakenly thought that everyone followed the same practice. I learned the hard way that this was not the case. Even with people who have good intentions, I now make sure to think twice when something is offered for free. I immediately ask myself, what is the trade off? Because more often than not, people expect something in return. Even if they say they don't, in my experience, if an opportunity presents itself, they are more likely to take it. It's hard to accept things at face value, so it's better to be careful than regret it later. So, lastly, number four, in life, we can feel stuck and question our decisions. Walking away can be the best decision for our well being, allowing us to take control and prioritize our mental health. Quitting can be a courageous choice that sets boundaries and leads to a more fulfilling life. While it's not always easy and we may feel guilty, we're only responsible for our own actions. Ultimately, walking away is a personal decision that should be made thoughtfully, but can be the first step towards a brighter future. So, just to summarize this quick episode, learn to say no and set boundaries while still being kind. Use pain as a tool for growth. Think twice when something is offered for free and ask yourself what is the trade off. And lastly, walking away can be the best decision for your well being.